I want a button. Dude, that was so funny. I was dying. Sup, don't text in chat. I don't think I ever went through and fixed the fact that I leaked at the end of the last stream. I think I fixed it locally, but I don't think I fixed it on Fly.io. So let's go fix that. It wasn't Spotify, it was Twitch. Let's see if this is a problem again. Because what was happening is that Fly wasn't applying my secrets, which is a crazy thing. Yoink. And now let's remember that these aren't blurred. A yoink. And then we want the refresh token, a yoink. And then we're gonna deploy secrets. And we're gonna check the logs. Oh, you send a format email to Vercel Textport. I can get you direct. I can get you a direct email to the right people in Vercel support, John. Don't worry. I'll hook you up with the guy that will surely help. Yeah, I got a guy. All right, so song request should be working right now. Let's go ahead and do this update. I'm gonna sneeze. Fuck. All right. Oh, I have allergy pills right here on my desk. Let's go. Oh, man. All right, Tmux. Sure. And we'll come into here. And we're working on CF Twitch. Cleared that. Then into this. I want to reorganize some code. I switched to using Blink this weekend, and it's a lot a lot faster. We're not doing AOC. Doesn't look like anyone's requests are being posted in here. I didn't even do it last year. There we go. It's working. It's just like, I don't know. I'd rather build the things I want to build than do puzzles. I've always like, I used to like stress myself out trying to get it done and do it, and it's just like not that fun for me. So I've decided that, yeah, that's one reason I might do it. But I don't want to do it. Like, if I do it, it'll be at like night. I don't want to use my stream time to do that. All right, where are we at with this thing running? I need to go look at the app. So we have this Twitch webhooks. I think I want to do, this has like a .base path, and I want to make this /cf Twitch, and then get this thing running. Bun dev. And I want to go over to my Cloudflare dashboard. I have a Cloudflare tunnel running. So I have my subscription set up to hit local.mulroy.dev. What is this under networks? Hostname routes, published application routes. So I have local.mulroy.dev redirecting to my local server, and this should be hitting CF Twitch. And we should start seeing this get hit. If Cloudflare D is running. Cloudflare daemon is running. Russian roulette, finger on the trigger to my dear Juliet. So theoretically, we should be able to go to this, and then we should hit CF Twitch, and we should get Hello Hono. Yeah. We should be able to go to local.mulroy/dev and hit /CF Twitch. And we should get Hello Hono. Okay, so the tunnel's working. Now the question is the subscription that we made in our scripts. Right, there should be /CF CF Twitch. And we want to run this. We don't want to, oh, Jesus. Homo, Dylan is Hono. If we don't want to log that. I think we want to get event sub subscriptions. Can we get that? Twerple.eventsub.get subscriptions. Okay. And we probably want to delete all of them currently. Const subs equals await that. And then we want to just like sub stop for each. What is this structure? Data for each sub. And we're gonna say sub dot. We're going to do twerple dot event sub dot cancel delete subscription. Takes an ID sub dot ID. And this should not be a for each, this should be a map, and we can say await, and then we'll recreate a new one. Doesn't this create a bunch of promises? What? Oh, I need to do promise.all. Canceled. Well, you don't even need, we'll just do an await here. And then we'll recreate our subscription. And then we should see a bunch of like the back and forth on this stuff work. So, we want to run bun scripts, create event subscription. All right, so there was our verification. It validated it. Now if we do like test, there we go. Okay, it's at least hitting the server. This is progress. We're getting our callbacks, which is good. I wonder which one we're actually getting though. So let's add some logging in here. So we'll just say console.error, error, and we'll say that yank surround, whoa. Yank surround inside that. There we go. And we'll go put this down here. This is invalid body. Invalid. This will be verification body. Verification bod B. Bro, I'm so thinking about buying a different keyboard. I can just like, it takes me so long to get comfortable with the Voyager first thing in the morning. So that's invalid body, and then this would be like, I don't know, LOL. So we see invalid body. So our event, our schema is bad. But I bet if we log this JSON, it's gonna be fine. We'll do a JSON.stringify. I'm not sure. Maybe, probably, actually. I just don't know what keyboard I'd get. I considered breaking out the old keyboard, the nice sounding one, but like I feel like I'm so bound to layers now and like thumb keys. I don't know. JSON. If we come over here, test. Yeah, we see. We'll have Claude fix this. We're gonna shut down that server, and we're just gonna go here. What is this even working? I don't even remember that Claude was doing something over here. Sure. We'll name this is going to be dev server. And we're going to come in here and save one dev. And then we're going to come back over here. We're going to close this. And now we have our terminal here to work. And we have a dedicated tab for that. I don't mind that. It's just like I can never get comfortable on it. I'm like used to it. Like I can get close to on like a good run, like 120, 130 words per minute. But like it's
Functions describe the world.
like I can do pretty good on words per minute. Like what was my raw pace? Raw 138, 137, 140, 127, 115, 116, 119, 120, 120, pretty consistent 120. All right. Do I have that? Yeah, great. We're going to run Claude here. The heck? Why is Claude not installed? Gabe Cowboy tunes have been on repeat for the past few days. I don't know why, but they make me laugh so fucking much. Claude. Yo, what? Brew uninstall Claude. Alright. Let's do npx Claude code. Curl. I blame Anders. Native installation exists, but local.bin is not in your path. Yeah, sure. All right, there we go. So we should see over here that we're getting, yeah, this is invalid body. And then we want Claude, fix the Zod schema for our event sub event. Event sub event as it's breaking for this payload. Lol. So that means Torpal's types are wrong. Because we created our Zod schemas from Torpal's events. Let's see if that got this working. Still no? Do I have to restart? No. Come on, Claude. She's the full payload, but the schema only exists Ah. That makes sense. Alright, is that working now? There we go. So if we jump back over here, it's not actually an error, it's just a console.log. And if we do a null2, we can start actually setting up our processes to handle events now. So let's save that. Go over here, there we go.
Functions describe the world.
So look at that. We've got a working app. All right. Next, we probably want to clean this up. So a lot of this is vibe coded slop at the moment. Or not really, but so let's go here. And we'll come in here. What is this? Get rid of this. Go here. What I really want for a keyboard is what was that brand that I used to use? I can't even think of it. What was this keyboard brand? Of course, there's no branding on it. You guys remember how good this keyboard sounded? Keychron, yeah. Oh, so good. It feels so good to type on. So good. I want a keychron that is split. If they made a split, I would buy it today. Yo, what are we listening to? I also would want, like, do they have a columnar? I don't know how to say it. It would be hard to switch back to a staggered keyboard after typing on a column layout. I guess they do have a split there. All right. We probably okay. We have this working. We want to rename this to event sub notifications. Event sub schema. So we want to take this, and we want to do like a from Yason, and this is gonna take a Yason, which is unknown, and we'll go like this, and then we'll do a event sub notification dot parse. Can I not reference myself? We'll come here, yoink that, paste that there. This is Yason. Get rid of that. And we'll need to do we'll make this a function body actually, and we're gonna want to do return result dot try catch. It's not what we wanted. That was weird. Return result dot try. It's not imported. Dot try catch, and we want to do try. Wait, the hell? That is not how I wanted that implemented. Try catch. Let's change this to be, I want this to take, I'm gonna overload it actually, but we want it to be, one overload will be this, and we'll come in here and do exactly what effect does. Actually, we'll just do, I'm gonna do a v2 here so I don't cause type errors. Come down here, we'll say v2, get rid of the body, get rid of all the types, get rid of u, and this is going to always, we want to keep the return type annotation actually. Change this to throw to do, and I want to say, we're gonna do this is one overload. The other one is going to be a handler. So it's going to have like handler, and this is going to have on it try, which is going to be a function that returns t. And then we're going to have catch, which is going to be a cause unknown, and that's going to return E. It's not comparable with this. And then we need the actual implementation, right? So we need to like get rid of that, paste another one in. And then this is going to take args. And we need to check if args instance of, not instance of, if type of args equals function, this will cover the try catch. Oops, that's not what we want. Where's my snippet? I should have a snippet for this. Try catch. This will be cause, and we'll say return args, and then return new error unhandled exception. We'll say unexpected exception, and we'll make this a cause. And then if it's not a function, we should be able to see result.error. And then this will be result.ok. We can cast this. Why can't I cast this? And we'll write a safety comment here. Safety. The caller did not pass a error handler, so E defaults to error. And then after this block, we should be able to do a return, or actually we want another try catch. We'll name that cause, and in here we'll return args.try. And this should be return result.ok. I'll check chat in a minute, I'm locked in. And here we return, that's delete word, result. Result.error, and this will be args.catch cause. And I did something wrong. I guess this is going to be T or this. Shouldn't that narrow it? Shouldn't narrowing it down to... Do I have to do... if args... First args 0, and this should be the same type, right? Can it narrow better if there's gotta be a way to narrow this correctly, right? All right, what if we narrow to an object instead? Does first arg become... I didn't leak today. All McLaren. I do overloaded functions so little that I don't know how to do this. Hold on, we're just gonna ask Claude here. Why is this so off center? What's the right way to type the actual impl function handler? All right, sure. When I'm back in Chicago, I'll see that. Dude, I love Joe. Such a good band. All right, so in here, rather than instead of returning these things, we return result dot okay. This is such a stupid way to do this. This is so stupid. This is such AI slop. Yeah, see that narrowed. So we don't need that. Then we need the try catch in here. And this will be cause, and then here we come in here, this will be return args dot try, and then in here this will be result dot okay, and then down here we return not okay. This is gonna be error. It's gonna be catch, and we pass in the cause. Then down here we do another try catch. Here, try catch. Shift tab, grab that guy. That's cause, and we return result dot okay. And args is going to be just a function. And here we return result dot error, new error. I see. Good morning,
I'm
buddy.
telling him to get you.
Good morning, buddy. Say good morning to chat.
Careful grabbing him by the
Say good morning to chat.
I don't like how that moves his leg. Please be careful.
Oh. All right, big guy, down.
What'd you
Down.
smell? He looked at your camera and burped.
What a beast.
This is also yours.
That's a huge cat.
You want to see one that looks more like a cat? Come here. Oh. Actual cat.
Get that thing away from me.
Oh, picture.
Why am I hiding my hair today? Because I did not shower before stream. Wait, is this the 6-foot one or the?
I don't know. It's whatever you ordered.
So this becomes unhandled or unexpected.
That's Dylan's shower.
Exception. And this will have cause.
Dylan usually showers randomly middle of the day. It's very funny.
I try to shower after I stream.
Yeah. I am very jealous though. I was actually thinking that as I was getting ready this morning. I was like, wow, Dylan just wakes up and streams. Must be nice to be able to just roll out of bed.
Okay, so this should be...
Okay, bye.
Bye. I don't think I need to do this one. Yeah, that's good. Alright, we can get rid of these. Then we can get rid of try catch. And we can example to do fix. And we can get rid of all these V2s. Okay, so that's a better API. We want our safety comment back. Safety, and this is going to be the caller did not pass a catch handler, so E defaults to type of error. Alright, so back over here in our actual code where I want to use this. This is going to have try on it now. And we're going to... Is it true that Dylan plays a video, makes sound so we think he's not programming? We want to do... JSON.parse probably. If we go look in the app index. We get the raw body. And this is typed as a string. So we should type this as string. String. And then down here we can do we are going to, what are we going to do here?
It's the gospel of the camel.
Const,
I speak the gospel of the dunes.
JSON.
The sand is in my
We need
veins.
to do that step.
Come ride a camel with me today.
And this is going to be JSON. And this will be parsed JSON. And then we're going to say Zod utils dot save parse result to result. And we need to pass event sub notification schema dot save parse. And then we'll do parsed JSON. And this is going to return a result. Ah, right. So we can actually do some flat mapping here. In fact, we can come in here and we can do a thunk, and we can do JSON.parse, and we can pass in the JSON, and then we can do a and then, and we're gonna get the parsed JSON, and the parsed JSON is gonna go to Zod utils dot save parse that, and we're gonna do, actually we can do like this really nice we can do a nice little chain here. We can do this, we can do a map, and we can say event sub notification schema dot save parse, right? And we can pass that as a function, and then we can come here and we can be like dot and then Zod utils dot save parse to result, and we can make this, and this should return, yeah, look at that. And we want to come here, we want to make a new error, and we're going to come here and say, do we have a parse error anywhere? Parse error. We'll make a new one. We can probably put this in our utils. I was psyched to see you move to Cloudflare, dude. I've been playing a ton with workers recently. Workflows are fun. Haven't dug into durable objects yet. Cloudflare feels like a big pile of very fun and useful Legos. That's the exact way I want to talk about and teach Cloudflare, is that the primitives are like Legos. That's the, like, literally, we've been joking at work about calling our teams the Lego team. Like, our main goal is to like help onboarding and education of the platform and the DX of using our stuff way better. Did I bring in tagged error? I did. So let's make a, let's do like a, come in here and we'll just add, you can do it in there, I guess. Eventually, no, we should just move it out. So let's go and just say we have a parse error .ts, save that, and we'll say export class parse error extends data extends tagged error. This will be parse error, and it's going to have
Functions describe the world.
You and you. Isn't that how I do this? Takes a tag, returns a class, There we go. And this thing is going to have a, what do we want to put on this? Parser. We'll say schema.
Speaks the gospel of the
Oh
camel.
God, Jesus
I
Christ.
speak the gospel of the dunes. The
Thank
sand
you,
is in my
Rat.
veins.
Jesus.
Come ride a camel with me today.
Thank you so much, dude. That's so unnecessary. Holy moly. Thank you so much, dude. I super appreciate that. Damn. Well, now I hope somebody... Maybe we'll bump the... when we implement the... when we re-implement our keyboard raffle, we'll decrease the... or increase the odds of winning and put that money to... put that money to stand up in honor of that. Thank you, sir. Funding whoever wins the keyboard. Listen, I can't help the keyboard, the light, all right? It is what it is. I need to get curtains in here is what I need to do, or shades or whatever. We'll say, schema, and this will just be a string, and we'll say cause, which will be unknown. And we'll just use that as our parse error. In fact, we can make this a JSON parse error. JSON. I don't know, Justine, find me some curtains or blinds to put in here. I don't really have any idea what they cost, so I don't want to. I want them to be obviously nice. Or I have blinds, I want curtains. And we'll come in here, and then the next thing we'll do is we'll say map error, and we'll get our cause, and we're going to return a new JSON parse error, and it's going to have the schema is going to be what did I say? This was going to be event sub notification, and the cause will be cause. So now we have this nice function that is going to return a result that is a event sub notification or a JSON parse error. Look at that. Tell me that is not lovely. I feel like that's a great API right there. So now, what can we do here? We can go back to our server, which is in index. I kind of want to rename this. And rather than doing this, we can get rid of that. And we can change this to, man, my event sub notification, events notification dot from JSON, and we'll get our raw body, And that should give us a yeah. We get this of nice. We come over to our dev server. Hell yeah, that looks like it's working. So if I do console.log yason.stringify payload result dot, we're just gonna do value because I know it's there, null 2, and we go to our dev server test. Yeah, look at that, chat. Hell yeah, brother. So next, let's see what this bot's doing over here. Clear, and we'll have it review its changes again. All right, I'm starting to get pretty happy with where this is going. We're getting our Twitch stuff through here. I might want to change how this works. Where are we doing JSON parse? I want to copy the same pattern we did for the event sub notification. Is that in here? Event sub notification. Yeah. So let's copy this and go back, and we'll put that right there. And this is going to be a Twitch verification instead. And this will just become verification schema. And that should give us that. So if we go back to index, we can now get rid of this. And this can be from JSON. This can be raw body. Why do we need the raw body again? Right. Sure. All right, we can get rid of the logging. So we can write a how do we want this to work? Let's think about what up, Loki? The next things we need to do are basically take the type. We need to look at whether it's a reward redemption or whether it's a chat and handle those in separate paths. So let's write a function. Where do we want to do this? Let's come down here. We'll center this and we'll say function handle Twitch notification. And this is going to take a notification. We probably are going to have to make our just going to type this as any for a second. Handle Twitch notification. Payload result. We'll say this is going to take body. I think body's a string. Yeah. So this is going to take request body, and we'll say this is a string. And we'll take this in here suddenly, and we can do this. And we don't want HTTP concerns in here. We'll just return payload result. This can be request body. We get that. And then we went to like switch on payload result dot. Did this not narrow? Oh yeah, it did. Value dot event dot. Shouldn't this have a name? Are we gonna have to transform these? Wait, hold on here. So we have our event subtypes. Where's this notification? Event subschema, channel chat message. Does this not include a type? So annoying. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a little transform action, and we're gonna get parsed, and we're gonna take this, and we're gonna take this object, we're gonna spread parsed, and we're gonna add the missing thing there. We're gonna do a little as const action, and over here we're just gonna throw a tag, and this is gonna say what is this gonna say? We have, do we have this thing in an enum down here? Yeah, we do. We're gonna take this John, and we're gonna say boom, get rid of that. We're gonna paste, fucker. Paste that, and it's gonna be channel Chanel chat message. We're gonna give that a little tag action, and we should see now that our channel, look at that, we got this nice little tag, little discriminated union action. I am from Pennsylvania. And we're gonna basically do the same thing on our reward redemption. Where are you? Do we not? Channel points redemption. Yeah, right here. And we're gonna do a little action there. We're gonna paste that. And this is gonna be not the channel chat message. This is gonna be the Chanel channel points redemption add. I think this is probably it. We can check that by looking, we can just name this old impl, and we'll go to Twitch, and we'll vim in here, source, 7 down, Twitch, event subscribers, add for reward. You can go look at the implementation of this if they ship the source. Oh God. Channel reward, add subscription, go to this file. Very good. Empty. And there's the ID. Yeah. And we can jump back, go back over here, and make sure that adds up with what we expected. Channel points, custom reward. Those are different. Those are different. Let's check the docs, because we already had one screw up this morning where the Twerple types were outdated. So let's go to the Twitch Helix API docs. And we want to get reference We want to go to event sub and managing and subscription types, and it's channel. A custom channel program has been created for the specified channel. A viewer has redeemed a custom channel points reward on a specified channel. I think this is what we want.
Speaks the gospel of the camel. I speak the gospel of the dunes. The sand is in my veins.
A viewer has redeemed a custom.
Come ride a camel with me today.
I think. Word ID. So what we're gonna do for the we're gonna use Cloudflare's durable workflows for some of this stuff on reward redemptions. We may even just switch to using Bang Song, or maybe we'll support both. But like when we do something that costs points, we're going to have it use a durable workflow on Cloudflare, and it's going to attempt to do the action, which might be like running the keyboard raffle. And then after it runs, it docks the points. And if something fails, it will redeem the points, which we do that today in our existing service by looking at, we have this whole pub sub system going, which is cool, but like kind of complicated. So if we look at our channel redemption reward, we publish this keyboard raffle request, right? If we go look for where this is handled, messages, pub subscript, yeah, keyboard raffle. So when we get a keyboard raffle, request, what we do is we run through all this. So we pick a winning number and a rolled number, each between 1 and 10,000. If it's equal, obviously someone wins. And if it's not, this is the message you see. So here's the actual code that's running in prod for the keyboard raffle, if anyone wants to audit it. We used to have some custom logic banning Bag Cop because she has too many keyboards and she's not allowed to get more keyboards. And then we update redemption status by IDs to fulfilled, and this is what like docks your points. And if we ever get an error, well, yeah, we only docks points if there is an error. And we have some retry logic here. So we basically want to do something like that. And I think one thing I want to do is, as these events come in, we want like I want to set up a queue. So let's draw this architecture here. Let's go to TL draw. I've become a big fan of TL draw. Let's just sign in. I wish I could sign in with GitHub. Is there a dark mode on here? Theme dark. Great, there we go. This is kind of misleading considering winning rate is 1 in 100 million. I don't think so. What are the odds of winning? Yeah. Participants have a 1 in 10,000 chance of winning. The first project I made in effect actually was my, well, pretty much my Twitch integration my Twitch stream stuff. But the first thing I actually build with a new language or technology tends to be a Spotify OAuth process. Yeah, they're independent. So the architecture we want is like, we have our, I don't know, draw, square, arrow, no, rectangle. We have our, let's make a box. This is going to be our Hono worker. And this is going to receive a, going to take an arrow, and this is going to go to like a queue. Oval, sure. How do people normally draw queues? Doesn't matter. We'll say this is going to be a queue, right? This will be a queue. And we'll say publishes Twitch event. We have a queue, and then we're going to need another worker. The hell, Ricky Bobby? And then we have another worker. Oh my god, why can't I grab this? This will be our consumer queue worker, a subscriber worker. And that's going to pluck stuff off the queue. Right? We're going to take that. Pulls from queue. From Quayu. And then the subscriber worker is going to essentially, how do I switch to this? What is this, H? The subscriber worker is going to kick off workflows. So like, we'll say, we need a shape for a workflow. Shape. We'll do diamond. And we'll say this is going to be keyboard raffle workflow. And we want another workflow, which is like add song to queue, Quayu. And then we have like another one, which is like what do we want here? We add song to queue, get currently playing. This doesn't need to be a workflow. Get currently playing. I definitely want these two to be workflows because there's like multiple steps that can go wrong. And I just want to play with workflows anyways. Why are you using Hono over Node? One, because Hono has really good integration with Cloudflare and workers, and it's super fast and the APIs are really nice. You can also make a like effect scheme or like effect RPC. You can make RPC clients from your router, which is super nice. All right, so the next thing we definitely want is we need to set up a queue on Cloudflare. So let's go do that. Let's try using Wrangler to do this. We'll come in here and we'll say YJS at all. Listen, I will die on the hill any day that there are much better languages than TypeScript, but TypeScript is ubiquitous and it's not going away. So we should do everything we can. Hold on, man. Don't you work for Vercel using Cloudflare? I left Vercel a little over a month ago and joined Cloudflare. And I've been at Cloudflare for, this is my third week now, going into my third week. Wrangler, Q, help. Can I not make a queue from Wrangler? Oh, right there. I'm just blind as hell. So we're gonna create queues, create, and we'll give it a name. This will be ZF Twitch queue, event queue, Twitch event queue. We'll call it the Twitch event queue. CF Twitch, of Twitch. Well, this isn't gonna have enough. Yeah, we'll just make it quite you. Oh, and ad interrupted. Spartan. I left Vercel back in the end of October and joined Cloudflare 3 weeks ago. Configure your queues. So do I just add that to my Wrangler? Cloudflare almost took a job there a few years. They seem to have great people who are there for love of the game. Yeah, I really, I'm really happy so far with my decision to join Cloudflare. I think it's a really good fit for me. I think Vercel was also a good fit for me, but I think Cloudflare is a better fit for me for a whole bunch of reasons. You want to go to our Wrangler file and put this here, paste that in. Sure. I understand why workers are the way they are because V8 isolates and all, but I'd prefer it be WASM, but that's supported now too. Containers are actually really good. We're working on building a sandbox image that runs open code server, so you can have like really easy background agents and build really easy background agents. It's kind of cool. We want consumers, producers, consumers, Q, and this will be CF Twitch. Oops. All right. I don't know if I need that yet. We do want this. The binding will be just, let's call this, we'll just call this, whoa. Quayu. And we'll come down here and we'll run Wrangler types. And we should see now on our types that we get a Quayu. Yeah. Great. And in here, in our server, let's go ahead and rename this to server now. Change. This will be server. Right all. And we got to go update our Wrangler file because this now is going to be server. And we might have some package YSON. No, that's all good. Great. Okay, run that. Yeah, that's fine. And let's go to server. Down here, we basically want to convert this to a we want to convert this to an event type. And actually, I think we can probably go copy our event types from our old these are pretty good. I'm just gonna copy this structure for now, and we're gonna hop back over here, and we can go to like lib Twitch. Let's say messages, or you can do Q. Do that, and we'll come in here and we'll say messages, message, event, probably event, message. I don't know. What do you put on a queue, an event or a message? We've been working with a few product folks over there, and we're a pretty large user of custom hosting, so starting with workers for platforms a bit. Let me catch up on. Do you live near any of the hub cities? I was skeptical that. No, I do not. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. If you don't mind my asking, Spartan, who do you work for? You can DM me too, or if you don't want to share, that's fine. I have. I think one of the problems I'm gonna really latch onto over the next year is multi-tenancy and workers for platforms, and just making the platform multi-tenancy story really good on Cloudflare. So I'd be interested in, are we with Dina? Sweet. Yeah, I need to block. You guys should check out, I don't know if Dina or Mark have brought it up yet, but the dynamic worker loaders is actually a really powerful building block for multi-tenancy, but the API is a little rough right now. But yeah, I have an interest in making that space really good, because we just helped out like Mitlify to build out their like super optimized multi-tenancy caching system. Yep. That's part of the reason I got hired, is to start making some of that better. So any feedback you have, I would happily take it. Or if you want to jump on a call and sometime and chat, also very, very glad to. Oh shit, I just moved to Raleigh. Glad to see you got a job around here recently. It's been kind of rough. That is, yeah, I mean, I work remote, obviously, but I moved to Raleigh because there's like, the cost of living here is so good. And like, I'm tenured enough that I feel pretty comfortable, like, getting a remote tech job. And if I didn't, there's enough tech jobs here that like pay reasonably well enough that like I could support myself and not hate my life. So it was like the combination of like ability to get some job and have low cost of living. Well, Spartan, we can chat about that too. There's ways around that. I'm using oil trays. So let's start with keyboard raffle, since that's a pretty easy export type. We're gonna say interface. Should really do this with Zod. Do we need Zod to do this? Is there any place where we need to parse this dynamically? No, they don't need to be schemas. Okay. Interface, we'll say keyboard raffle request. We'll call it redemption. And this will be a read-only tag This is annoying. I hate typing this, so we're gonna do type equals read only. Word. And tag will be you. And we'll yanks around in word boom. And then that has these on it. Requester display name, event ID, reward ID. Do we really need the reward ID? Yeah, we do, because it's gonna. So we'll see if we can publish that onto the queue to start. Let's say we have this, and we'll say export const that equals this object as const, and we'll just add a make function on here. And this is going to take the requester display name and the event ID. Requester display name string and the event ID, which will be a string, and this will return an object that has all these fields on it.
Functions describe the world.
To my dear Juliet. And then we know the reward ID. That is in our scripts. Where did we put those? Oh no, did I lose it? It's at least over here, and this will be in config for Twitch. Yeah, there it is. And we can go back over here, back. Did you see those? Const reward redemptions equals this as const. And we'll make a little enum object, song request. And this will be yoink around that, paste that there. And then we'll have keyboard raffle. And this will be the other one. That. And then we'll take this, and this is going to be reward redemption dot keyboard raffle. Take that, throw that there. That's fine. Now let's go back to our server, and assuming that this is going to need to take our queue, so we'll just inject that through there. For now, we'll clean this up later to have like a nicer API, but just to get it working. If it's not an error, we do that. Otherwise, we will grab our Queue and we will send our message, which will be keyboard raffle redemption dot make, and we'll grab. We need our. Oh, this takes this does not take an object. This is requester display name, so we should have payload result dot value dot event dot. Oh, we need to switch on that. So let's take this and we'll say we'll make another function. Hit me up on Twitter. I'll see my DMs on Twitter for sure. Handle keyboard raffle redemption. And this is going to take a thing that is going to be event sub notification. I need to go find that type. We should have a type for channel points. Yeah. So we probably want another function in here that is like function handle channel points redemption
Functions describe
event.
the world.
And this is going to take an event, which will be a channel points redemption event, and we probably need to pass the queue through. Import that. And we'll come over here, and in here we'll say, we'll switch on event.tag, and this should autocomplete. And we'll do that, and we'll throw to do for now. And we only have one right now, so that's good. What up, Abdullah? Abdullah? So in the case that it's a reward redemption, we want to do our queue.send, and we want to do a keyboard raffle redemption.make. This should have already narrowed the event, so we need the event username, and then the event.id. So that should put items onto our queue. Is this async? What is this? Promise void. All right, so this will be an async function. We can go ahead and wrap this in a result. We want to do the same thing. Let's use Claude to do this quick. We'll say Claude update result dot try catch async try catch to have the same interface / API as the sync version. I need to go update the example for sync as well. Examples as well. Update the JS docs as well for both to make sure they're in sync with the impulse. All right, let me check my Gmail quick. Great. All right. We're going to go update my Zod registry quick. Because I want that implementation instead. Yoink G, and let's go over here. This will be molroy.dev. Actually, this doesn't matter. Molroy.dev. we'll vim in here, and I want to go to workers, registry, default, lib, result, paste that in, and then that's going to break some tests. So we can just go ahead and say Claude, update the result test to reflect the new try APIs. Yes. I'll probably do it in my free time in the evenings, but I don't want to waste my stream time in the mornings to do it. I like that it's shorter, but like I always just like almost burn myself out on advented code where like I feel bad if I don't do it or I can't solve it, and I like am more motivated to do like this kind of work than puzzle work. Objects pass, updated test to reflect. Great. We can do a git add, git commit, update, result, try APIs, git push. I wonder if the option is like that too. From nullable, actually, I think we're okay in here. Yeah. All right, we can get out of this. We can get out of Claude code down here. And we can go back to our server. So in here, we can do a result dot, is that imported? 3, and we'll do a try catch async. And we'll do that try, and we'll just throw to do for a second. To do, and then we'll get our catch cause and throw to do, and then we'll grab our queue and we'll put that in here. This will be async, and we'll do return. What did we do wrong here? Ah, there we go. So this should return void, and then the cause, we'll make a quick little error here. We'll say class q publish error. Yoink that, and we'll say this extends a tagged error. Throw in some quotes, paste that. Yanking word. What? Yanking word. There we go. And this is going to be a object there, and we'll do that. And this is going to have we'll just say event name. This will be a string, and we'll have a cause, which will be unknown. And then down here we can do this will be result.ok. And then we went to here, return result.error, and it'll be a new queue publish error, and it's going to take a event name, which will be keyboard raffle redemption, and the cause will be the cause. So now we get this nice error result back. Result equals await. If we look at that type, we have this nice result of, hold up. How do we have a nested result here? We might have done something wrong. No, we're specifically building without, oh, we don't need to wrap. Right, it auto wraps for us. Ha. We're specifically building without effect because I am wanting to use Cloudflare's APIs with, like, I'm trying to make the Cloudflare platform. So it'd be like effect / platform Cloudflare package. And I haven't built enough with some of the primitives on Cloudflare, like just using vanilla TypeScript, to have a sense for like the pain points and how to like properly translate them. So we're gonna go through, write this all using Cloudflare primitives in normal, just like async await. And then we'll use that to inform how we want to continue building out Cloudflare effect. And then we'll come back and rebuild it again with with effect primitives. At least that's the plan. We can get rid of this. Now we should have a nice result here that's not nested. Yeah, so we have a result that doesn't return anything or a publish error. In fact, we can really just return this right now. And we can say if payload result value event tag is equal to channel that, drop into here, and we'll return handle that, which will be payload result value event. Pass the queue down through, and then we'll return like a error. We'll make another error type right here, and we'll just say this is going to be like unimplemented Twitch event. And then we'll take this and we'll return here result dot error, and we'll say new unimplemented event, and this is going to be event name will be payload dot value dot event dot tag, which is just channel dot chat message in this case. And now this thing should return a result that this should return promise result void. We really want this to return a promise that is a result that is void, and then we can get a JSON parse error or a queue publish error or a unimplemented Twitch event error, and that should type check, but it does not. Oh, we need to mark it async. Async. We might have to figure out why this is happening. I have to wrap up here in a minute. Let me make sure I don't have a meeting right now because my calendars aren't synced. 1 second, chat. Whitney? All right. Yeah, let's get messages publishing to the queue. Let's go back and open a new thing, molroy.dev, and go into Claude. Why are we having this type error? Actually, we should not do it in this code space. We should do it over here. We don't have Claude yet. Claude. Maybe this would be better for open code too. I don't think I have open code on this machine. Why are we getting this type error in @server when using @result? Interesting. There should be a way to do this without having to rewrap. Is it possible to update our types in @result such that we don't need to rewrap the error to satisfy the type system? E.g., I just want to return the error correctly. I think I have an implementation that does this. I just don't remember where it's at. It might be my Melange FFI project. Come on. This must be Opus. I must have Opus running. Yes, we can fix this. The type of issue nearest T. If we narrow to error never E instead, the phantom T becomes never, which is assignable to any T. Yes. See, I was doing the right thing. We should add a type check. Payload result. What? What is this thing talking about? Everything's finished here. Check again. Oh, there's no. Sorry. In at server. Is okay. I don't believe this at all. Said you passed error never. That should be like structurally. Why is there an error? Hold on. Void JSON. Why does the error value? That doesn't seem right. The error shouldn't carry that. I think this is typed incorrectly. It creates a result that succeeds with that. JSON parse error is just this thing. And the JSON parse error has this. Our result type has to be messed up. Yank find this. So if we declare const r and we say it's equal to this type right here, and I say if r dot is okay, we should have r dot value dot event. Yeah. And then we should have if let's check error. And the error is, what is this typed as? TE. The error should still be typed as never. So is error never I prefer using the terminal. I do a lot in the terminal. Is that not narrow? This is error unknown. Why did that type as error unknown? I don't think the types still aren't right here. This is error unknown. This is for class OK. See, I don't think that's right. Because that means is error E. Yeah, it's not, that's still not right. Okay, result 2 isn't what we want. We just need to, I think we need to go through here and set this to never. I think we just say E equals never, possibly. Never, result. This would be never. Maybe we ask Big Pickle or Open Code to do this. What's our errors in here? I want to fix this error because I'm going to end up using this result type at work today. Fix the type issues with our result implementation and at result. We currently are getting a type error in at server. where it wants us to rewrap our error via result.error result.error, but we shouldn't need to do that. I think we need to leverage never in our OK and error type defs to properly get inference working. All right, let's see if Big Pickle can figure it out. See how Dax and crew actually did here. Yeah, can you link that? Thanks, Shreyas. Let me go grab that link. Where's the how do I get to the source of this thing? Files, source, result.ts, base result te, rep e, okay, t equals e never, yeah. T, error e, t equals never. Oh, that's clever. Does the backwards ET actually help? It surely does, huh? Yo, what are you doing? Bro, don't add all these extra functions. Delete anything extra you just added. Reference the types in for some ideas on how to resolve our issues. And also read never throws source. No, this thing just like went buck wild, adding all this shit. I guess you're also an elder millennial. Yes, I am 32, turning 33 in a couple of weeks. Bro, come on. Yo, Big Pickle is struggling. I'm about to launch back into Claude and have Claude do this. I was gonna have Big Pickle do it because there's access to the LSP, but it is like struggling. Yeah, I can do that. I just need my YubiKey, which I don't have at the moment. No, 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 no. Do not add map success. Copy what does for managing these types. Fucking bot, dude. Yeah, same. I like Opus too. All right, this thing is so stupid. Get diff result. Could check out, what is it? Get status. And we can do get restore result. Get status. Result TE. I did this, all right, so how and why does this work? We have a base result type. All right, that seems like a pretty... Do I need the base result, Shreyas? Do you know? The base result, does that do anything for like unification or something? Okay. Interface, base result. Map error, and then or else unwrap or unwrap error match. fact, we can just put those on there. So we'll say this is going to be is okay. Is a function that, how do you type that? You do okay. It's a Boolean. And then we'll have, we're going to fix this and then I have to wrap up. Change to that is air Boolean. Then we have map, which this takes a T and an E. We'll do an A and an E. Actually, we'll just do T since that's what everything else is already. Is there, and then we have map, which is a function that takes a value, which is a T, and it returns a, I really want to make this, we're going to go through and make this A. This is an A. It's going to return a B, and this is going to have a generic B here, and then this is going to return a base results of B, E. And then we're going to have, and then, which is going to take this, but it's going to return a BF, and this will return this, yank, yoink to that, and we'll go here and do that. Toggle diagnostics for a second. We can close this side. And then, and this will be E or F. And then we have, what, unwrap. No, don't use have a type result, okay or error. So what? Like that? And then we have, let's just open this map error. Take this, and this will be map error, and this is going to take, make this an F. This will be error. This will return F. This will turn, no, this is E. This returns F. And this will return a of F. And then we need, it's okay map, and then, do we have match on these? And then or else. Isn't or else the same as unwrap or? Gotcha. So then we want or else, which is gonna take that, get rid of that. And this is gonna be a function, takes an error E, returns a result A of F, that, and this needs to be an arrow key. So, oh yeah, or else is basically and then, but for the error variant. Is this a monad chat? Don't say the monad word, Treus. You can't do that. is a function that returns a unwrap, or is that what we called it? Is going to be some b default. Or b a or b. In fact, we should make that one type. Make it easy. So map error takes a function that basically directly operates on the error value and changes it to a new value and just returns that straight up, and then the internals will auto wrap it, or else gets the inner E and you can return a you basically return a function that returns a new result. Or else is basically the error equivalent of and then. Right? Am I reading that correct? Yeah. So we have that we need unwrap error. So let's say change error. And then we need match. So let's go grab our match type. Oops, that was not it. Match. T. All right. So there's our base result. Let's rename this to AE. And we're going to want to go to error, and we're going to replace this with T, which equals never. Okay, T. Let's rename this to, we'll rename this to A. And then we'll delete more that, EA. Error EA. U. EAE. Did I already update the, yeah, this is gonna be UE, E, replace U, term result as error T. All right. So let's make those implement that now. Implements base result TE, and then does not return what it would expect. Function value T result returns result you were Y, and then takes a B value A B. Oh, this is the wrong spot. That takes that, and that will be or F. There we go. And then our error, class error, and this will say implements base result AE. Okay, that looks good. And then let's go change this T to A. And let's see if this ended up fixing our issue in server. No! Why? I don't think I properly returned all the nevers on my error class. Hold on. A equals never. T E unwrap new error E. Actually, that seems fine. T E E T. I wonder if it's better to just do something where like result to convert this to just being a single parameter again. And then these return results where it is A equals never. Maybe I do need both. No. It would be never be that. And this would be never. We'll keep the typecast map error. This will be never. This will be never. That is that. This returns never, and that's never, and we don't even need the U. Then in here, this is never, this is never, this is never, unwrap, or we have to give it a, I guess. I don't love that. This is never. This will be that. This is that. And then we do the same thing for OKs. We get rid of the error variant. And then this is that is, this will be result. Never. 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 Whoops. E. This becomes never, and we'll never have an error there, and we'll never have an error there, and this doesn't even do that. Void. Context. Class OK. This is never. So it didn't narrow it. Damn, we're gonna need both parameters. Okay. All right, chat. I gotta wrap up. I will get this fixed before we start streaming tomorrow because I need this working for today. So let's find somebody to raid.
The world.
Raid Janet. Share stream. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one. Thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate all of you.